intro was.
What's up, guys? It's your boys, Coin Up Couch.
Coin Up Cast, Nathan. We're doing a podcast.
Coin Up Cast.
Coin Up Cast.
It's took him 6 weeks to learn the name, and we've changed it.
I'm heartbroken.
Well, yeah, this is.
Go on, Adam. You're good at the intros, Adam.
This is Coin Up Cast on the road, technically.
Yeah. Well, we're in different locations.
Second episode, and we're already doing specials. But Nathan, you are currently in Greece. I don't know whereabouts.
I'm in Crete, on the north coast.
I know, he's off doing some stuff.
These fucking turtles.
Master's dissertation to be doing.
Yeah, that's it. So
it was summer.
yeah.
Funnily enough, I'm actually sat at the table in the taverna that last year I knocked over a glass of water onto the MacBook. So what I've done is drunk the water before I have the chance to knock it over.
You taped it down to the table. Like, I've been in this situation. Yeah, I've been here before.
Yeah, I don't want to be going into Rethenno to get another whatever you call it.
Yeah.
What's the term?
Fixing.
Decorrosion. That's
There we go. So yeah, in spectacular fashion, I don't think me and Kyle have done anything. Have we?
No.
So,
You
Nothing
started
at
going
all.
to the gym.
well, yeah, let's get whatever we've done out of the way, and then we can just bother Nathan.
Yeah, because we're not important, are we?
Yeah. Nathan's the one in the fancy location. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he has a bunch
Well,
of
Adam came
hilarious
into mine twice this week.
Yeah? Did I?
Fun.
Was it twice?
Or was it once?
He came around for Quake,
Yeah.
and I guess you came around last week at the podcast, didn't you?
Oh no, I came round with Johnny, didn't I?
Yeah. Watch
we
E3.
watched. Yeah, we watched.
So you
E3.
have been around twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been to the gym
Yeah.
twice, and now I've hurt my back, so I can't go.
Very nice. How'd you
What
hurt
have
your back?
done? You tell me. I woke up yesterday. It's under my right shoulder blade. It's quite sore. It's when I twist.
Is it? I'm guessing it's muscular then.
Probably. It's either that or a nerve.
I'll give you a massage later. Don't worry.
Cheers, mate.
I've downloaded some music so that's fun.
Wait. That's what you've done in Greece. Are you over there so they can't catch you? Is that it?
No, I've been uploading stuff to Dropbox, so my dad's got a copy of it in case hell breaks loose. So at least I've got a copy of my data, and I finally figured out how to download stuff on Dropbox.
Wow. I tell you.
What have you done, Adam?
I played Tekken. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. My girlfriend came for a bit and we went to Carnarvon for the day. That was pretty fun.
How was it?
Well, it's one of those where is that neither of us drive, and we've been to the 2, maybe 3 main places around here which you can go and spend the day at, which is Chester, which doesn't really count. Fucking Conway, which doesn't really count. It's just
Fucking miles away, isn't it?
well, no, Conway. I don't know. Conway's still a bit small, and Llandudno. That's the other one. You can spend the day there. So
Llandudno. Come on.
sorry, Llandudno. Yeah, but we went to Carnarvon because it was like, we've been there like once or twice. But we walked around, and after 3 hours, we just went home because there's only so much you can do. It's like we already spent a bit of food.
It's a bit testy, that place.
Exactly, and it's like Wales is full of these lovely little places which are lovely to visit, but we're lovely to visit
That's
for about an hour and a half. And when
That's
you've
the
not got a
problem.
car, when you
The
go
lovely
from
little
bus to
place,
bus.
isn't there?
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass if you don't drive.
Number of time we've been Llandudno. Oh, we'll go there all day. We'll go first thing in the morning, and we'll come home at night.
Yeah.
We've got there at 11 and been done for 12:30.
You need to go. You need to go on bus to stop the temptation of just driving off.
See, I want to get trained there next time so we can drink.
Yeah, it was
Well, I
nice.
think
We went and had an ice cream, and then walked about,
Ooh,
and then went
Tasty.
into.
what sort of ice cream did you get?
Well, I got a float, a Coke float. So I was pretty thirsty.
Nice.
Didn't want to spend money on both a drink and an ice cream. So I got an ice cream in a drink, which is revolutionary.
That's very efficient, Adam.
Then we walked. Yeah, exactly. I'm all about efficiency when I order my frozen treats.
Love it.
Then when we walked around a bit, and then went into a gift shop and looked at all that sort of stuff, and then we had fish and chips, and then we went home.
Can't beat the fish.
Is it that tiny little gift shop across from a pub? I think I know what you mean.
One near the castle, yeah, just on the edge of High Street.
You randomly have the very expensive watches in there as well.
Yeah, and loads of
it's really nice.
cardigans. Lots of knitted cardigans. But yeah, that was it. That's what I did. There we go.
I also went to Bodmin Gardens.
Oh yeah, you did that yesterday.
Cool. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's just a big garden, isn't it?
I remember seeing the photos on that. Was it Instagram Meg posted, or was it you?
Probably.
Posted or something?
I don't post shit, do I?
This is true.
Yeah, Meg put it on Instagram, I think, yesterday. Yeah, it was lovely. It was a bit too hot for me. And we spent all day walking, so as you can tell, I was in a good mood. Good cardio, shut up. Yeah, so that was lovely. Then we made milkshakes and yeah.
Excellent.
Great. What have you done, Nathan?
Yeah, we've had the entree starters of the conversation, which is me and Kyle haven't done much. We get into the meat and potatoes of Nathan's in a different fucking country. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, flying out here was interesting. So like instead of getting like the 5 o'clock flight,
You're on the back of a massive bird.
Yes. It was actually a pterodactyl this time.
Oh shit.
Shit got real. No, like I got a 7 o'clock flight, which meant I could sleep at my nan's house and then drive in the morning, which was a bit of a change of pace. And then like a mixture of buses and stuff. And when I got dropped here, it was annoying because the bus driver literally left me at the side of a main road, and I had to walk into like the nearest town and then get a taxi to the campsite. It was such a pain in the arse. But then, yeah, so this week I've been collecting my data, so I've been on the beaches at night getting light and noise data, and then now I've just got some stuff about the nests so I can start doing some tests and stuff, which is fun.
Nathan is a government hacker. He's been sent to Greece on a secret mission to collect data stored
Don't tell anyone.
in turtle caches hidden.
But I mean, technically I was supposed to be collecting the data with someone else at the same time for like uni and Archelon, which is the company I'm working with, or volunteering with. So they were happy, but like only one time I've actually done it with someone else, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Nathan, I'm not going to lie. I'm really not interested in any of that.
Fair.
I've been on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. What I would. How long are you there for now? You're like a couple of months.
Yeah, I'm here for all of July and half of August, so 2 months almost to the day. Yeah.
And this is the second time you've been because you went last year, right?
Yeah, last year was like 4 months.
Fuck, you know. What I want to know is what Greece is like as a place. What's it like there? What's the food
it's
like?
nice.
The true Greece, the real Greece.
Yeah, the real Greece. You're not on a little. You're not on a holiday, are you? You're in there.
I'm in the bush.
Grafting.
Graphic.
Yes, I'll tell you what. Like, it's weird when you're at home. You think like, oh, I don't know, walking to DW, for example, is a long walk, but it's actually like 2 or 3k away. And like Thursday night, I did my longest sector, and I think I walked round trip about 12, 13k in total.
That is a lot.
And you just don't realise it. It's weird.
K's on K's on K's.
Exactly.
All
No,
about the Ks.
that's 3Ks that we don't.
No.
Take that back.
K's on K's on K's on K's on K's.
Yeah, there we go, even better.
All of the Ks.
Okay.
Phew.
But no, it was a long walk. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, I don't know. It's all right. It's doable.
Great.
So we've not spoke to you all week.
Yeah.
So we can have a bit more interesting podcast. And you come out with, I've walked 14k, it was alright.
Yeah. And me nan dropped me off at something and we got on a bus.
We had an interesting night last night. We went to a bar because we were looking for karaoke.
Oh.
And then they they told us that they weren't doing karaoke that night because it was a lot of effort to set up the microphones. So then we just kind of took over the music system and started singing like Queen really loudly. So that was fun. But then I realised that I had to be up at 5 in the morning instead of like 9, and I had to drive everybody to the beaches. So like, I'm quite glad that nobody pulled me over. Put it that way.
What is the policy on drink driving over there?
I don't think there is tolerance. Like if you get caught with any alcohol.
Is it don't do it wankered or just try your best?
I don't actually know the laws, but I know like they're really strict on certain bits.
Where are you?
Crete.
Yeah.
So it reminds me, like, you know.
But I was totally fine to drive last night, so I stopped pretty early because I realised I wasn't allowed to, like, I was in charge of people's lives, you know. I didn't want to like crash the car or anything.
It was immoral. But yeah, it reminds me of like fucking, like when I went to Egypt on holiday a good while ago, Sharm el Sheikh, and we Sharm el Sheikh's like it's like an enclosed town around and a big circular road around the town, and then just desert everywhere else. That's it. Like
That's
someone
about
just
right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Las Vegas or something. Like just put it in the middle of nowhere. So then.
Yeah.
Basically, all the taxi drivers do is they speed around this massive circular road, and every now and again turn off and go into a little bit of the turn and then back on the road again, just keep going round and round and round. So, one night we got a taxi going from somewhere back to the hotel, and it was like this kid was like he must have been like 14 or something, just and he was like he did unless he was stop, he was probably doing at least 70 miles an hour constantly. Like that was it. That was like his base speed.
Jesus.
Like, and we're like clinging to the seats, hoping and praying for dear life the
Don't
entire
think
thing.
I've driven more than 50 since I've been here.
Exactly. Like this is just the standard for them. And then but once we dropped it off, I think I don't know. My mum was talking to him or something. He said like, "How'd you get a license here?" Because he seemed really young. And the guy was like,
I'm not really sure.
No. My mum asked the taxi driver this.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
No, Nathan, how'd you get a license in Egypt? Do you know? Fucking hell. But yeah, and the guy was like, oh yeah, it's forwards and backwards, and if you can't do that, it's 50 quid.
Right.
Okay, oh no. And like, that was one of my favourite stories for a while, until like, I don't know. This was like years and years ago when I went, but I think like 5 or 6 years after we went, there was this big thing in the news where there was like a massive pilot crash, and they in Sharm el Sheikh, and now they've adjusted the driving laws because it's one of those things where there's certain places in the world where they do things so fucking weirdly, but everyone's fine with it. It's like, what is it? Like what? It was, I was in Bulgaria and it was the same there. There's a lot of places that like pedestrians have right of way, so. Yeah, if you walk out into the roads and you get hit by a car, it's the car's fault because the car's supposed to stop on a dime. Like we were in Bulgaria. Like we have this tour guide going around Sofia, and she was like, okay, we're going over here now, and just like bolted into the road and expected us all to just follow us.
Like what happens here as well, like there's a road that's right behind the beach, and like you've got a load of bars and stuff that like have sunbeds and stuff, so you get people that order drinks and food or whatever, so they have to run across the road. There's a ton of crossings, but like they just like start crossing and expect you to stop for them.
Exactly,
There's no
it's crazy. And it's just one of these things where it's like these people are so used to doing it that the accidents don't happen because they've been doing it for so long and everyone's so used to it. Even though like
the brakes must be really good.
I don't know, it's just people must be more observant or something. Or it might be one of those where like the only reason it doesn't happen here is because, you know, the only reason it would happen if you walked out is because people aren't looking out for it. But meanwhile in Bulgaria, you know, probably part of your driving lesson is you pay someone to walk out in the middle of you. That's your emergency stop. You just fucking get a guy walking out right into the middle of the road and see if he can stop.
Imagine if they've got drunk drivers out there, it'd be quite a big issue.
Fucking hell, yeah. Well, you can imagine. Drunk drivers are everywhere.
If they've got really good reactions, you'd think they'd be really good at like motor racing.
Maybe they are. It's all these motor races all going. It's like when you see the pictures of whatever in whatever Asian country and they have massive roundabouts with like 20 million people on it. And for some reason, it looks like chaos, but actually they're all used to it.
They're all fine with it.
Yeah, because there's not
Sounds
only
like the Magic roundabout in Swindon.
yeah, well, it's not only is there like 12 lanes on this roundabout with 12 lanes worth of cars, but there's also bikes swerving in and out of all of them, and while they're all moving around this roundabout, and you know, people just walking in between the cars, even though they're moving at like 30 miles an hour. It's like an ecosystem that you can't disrupt. As soon as you throw something else in the mix, everything will fall down. But it saves itself somehow.
Oh, fucking hell. I swear to God, every time we talk about driving, Nathan brings up the Magic roundabout.
You've all loved the Magic.
No, I've never been there.
Well, I've never been
Have you
there.
seen a picture of it?
I live up north. Why would I need to go past Birmingham?
I've never been to Swindon.
It's not there. Oh, right.
It's below Birmingham.
Oh, I've never been to Swindon. I hope I
To
never
be
do.
fair, like, I avoid
Been to
Swindon
Swinton.
if possible.
I don't even know what Swinton is.
Manchester.
They have like a bank or something there.
The Bank of Swinton.
Just a bank.
The classic.
Like, there's a company called Swinton. I think it's a bank or a lawyer company or something.
That does ring a bell, actually.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think they trust the people of Swindon with money or whatever.
Nathan calling all out.
Oh.
Like I said, I avoid Swindon, but like it has its uses. If you want like
Got good
furniture
quality
or a new
potatoes.
bathroom or a cheap car, then you go to Swindon.
Why
You
is
don't,
it
for
shit
instance,
all?
go there if you want to go for an ice cream or a nice shopping experience. That said, actually, there is the designer out there where you can get like loads of shit really cheap because it's the stuff they don't sell in the high street.
Oh, is it same as Cheshire Oaks?
Yeah, MacArthur Glen.
Oh,
That's it, yeah.
whatever the ones on Telford Keys. One around there.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Well,
The what?
the one at Salford, is that
They're dead good, the MacArthur Glens.
that one at Salford Keys, isn't it? Shit.
I like the Salford Keys ones there because you can go to a Cadbury shop and they sell all misshapen ones.
All there used to be,
Yeah,
there was
they've
a
got one of
there's a
those.
Cadbury shop and the beanbag shop that's shut down since.
Beanbag shop. Was the reason
I
they shut
remember
down is because they were only selling beanbags. There's only
They
so
were.
many beanbags to do one.
But it was the big ones. You know what people buy as beds?
Right.
Yeah.
It was them beanbags, like from really small ones to the massive ones. That's all they sold beanbags.
What is?
Dead comfy.
You have
What
such
is-
low expectations in life. What do you want to do? You want to become an astronaut, firefighter? I want to sit on a beanbag.
Aim low, get high, or whatever it is.
Hey, lads,
Hey.
lads, lads.
That's.
What was the Greek lads again?
Oh,
Perry, cow, something.
Yeah,
Polycareer. But there's an accent-
Polycareer.
There's an accent on the A, so I don't know what that does to it.
I'm not
Oh,
sure. I probably should.
What is, if you can think of, like the shop that you've seen as you've like walked past, that you have no idea why it's open because it seems like it's got the worst fucking like the most.
Yeah, there's not.
There's no reason for it to be open, and it probably won't be
Ever,
open
or-
ever. Yeah, and it probably
Yeah.
won't be open in another 2 weeks because why the fuck is it open selling this? Can you think
Saying
of
that though, look at two lads from Brussels in Bangor.
Yeah, but that's a fancy beer shop.
What are they doing?
Did you say where they're from?
I said, what are they doing?
No,
Oh,
it's
they sell beer and chocolate.
in coffee or
That
something.
sounds awesome.
I think they have a cafe in there. Where cash converters used to be in Bangor.
Oh, yeah, I know.
No, I mean like fucking like a left-handed, scissors shop or some shit like that.
The Leftatorium.
Yeah, from Simpsons, yeah. But yeah, can you think of any like that? What's the most pointless shop you've ever seen?
I think there's
Which?
one in Bassett, and I think it's like I don't think it's changed in the 23 years I've been there. And it's like I think they sell like different bits of cloth, but like you get like knitting shops or whatever that have like
Yeah.
needles and wool or whatever. This literally just sells bits of cloth. I've not seen anything else for sale there. And it's still
You want your
going-
cloth? Come on down. We got your cloth for you.
That's a market stall. That's not a shop.
Exactly, and I don't know how it's kept in business, but it's always open.
Must be like one guy there that loves cloth. Some like retired millionaire that goes in and just buys
I'm
them.
so rich I have a room just for cloth.
can imagine it's like when you go into like the carpet places and you have the massive rolls. It's that, but just cloth everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Rolls and rolls of cloth. Oh.
there was a comic shop in Lee that lasted about 6 days.
There was one in Warrington as well.
But it was like it only sold.
Market.
It was there for like it didn't. It had like bottom row newsagent stuff, but it was supposed to be for like collector's items, and I have no idea why it was doing that. Like
In Lee.
exactly, like you'd think you'd think it'd struggle in a big city because it was so specialist. This is obviously a guy being all like, I want to open a comic shop, and then everyone's told him no, it'd be a terrible idea. It's like, I'll make it work.
No, I will do it.
It was like pitch black in there as well.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, everything in there was painted black, so you'd walk in, you'd think it went out. It's just one like sweaty guy in corner that doesn't like talking.
Sounds like every single GameStop I've been to.
Pretty much.
Workshop, whatever it's called.
That sounds like some bloke not from Manchester
Yeah.
who's seen on the lease Lee, Manchester. Thought, fucking hell, this is in Manchester.
It's
There'll
so
be lots
cheap
of
as
people
well.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
make
cheap
sense.
compared to the rest of them.
Then he ended up in Lee.
Sat there selling comics too. And they weren't cheap as well, because that's fucking expensive. These
Are
sort
they
of.
supposed to be like exclusives in plastic bags?
They're supposed to be like the proper ones, like the ones that you know, because comic shops don't really exist anymore, or didn't really exist over in the first place. The ones that you'd get like after order online, and all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all we ever knew of comics was, you know, like the Beano.
It's like, what's the point now? Because you've got like news agents and stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone goes into news agents to buy a magazine. If you want a magazine, you just get it on subscription. don't you?
Exactly, but that's the difference between a
Yeah.
comic and a magazine, isn't it?
If you want a magazine for like a flight or a train ride, you can just go to like W. Smith's or the post
Exactly.
office and go.
And they'll be like in the train station as it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking hell.
It's good. We're solving unnecessary issues.
Yeah.
It wasn't even in this shit.
Come to the Call Your Not cast where we talk about downsizing and streaming.
You want to open a comic shop? Open a news agents. It's pretty much the same thing.
We will sit here every week and kill off any remaining small businesses.
Jumping shit.
I'll tell you what though, Kyle, you remember I told you, and Adam actually, because you were,
Yeah, I'm here too.
I said the butchers in Bassett,
Oh yeah.
they've just opened up, the day I got home, like for good, they opened up a cafe right next door,
Oh.
and it's like absolute heaven, like they've got all like breakfast until 11, so they use all the butcher's meat.
Well, it's like in Manchester. They have one in Arndale, Gabbert's.
Yeah,
You've
Gabbert's
seen
Farm.
it, haven't you?
Gabbert's
Yeah.
Farm, yeah. There used to be one in Lee, but they shut that down.
Yeah. Well, pretty much where yours is in Wooton, this is in a fucking huge shopping centre in Manchester. Like, I think it's like next door but to a Subway.
That's awesome.
And it's a full-blown butcher's inside a shopping centre in a city.
That's so strange.
Yeah, but just have a counter up front where they sell like nuggets, anything
Yeah.
you want. Just criminal shit. And they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, this place, like you got all the stuff for lunch, and then like they do like pasties and pastries and proper like you can get like a full-on meal, sit-down meal there if you want. And it's
Oh,
really
God.
good because like not long ago, Subway and a Costa opened in Bassett. It was like, oh no, here comes the fucking commercialisation, and then Butcher's opens up a cafe, and then across the way, like there was this like little trinket shop called Dandelion. It's been there for a while, but on the same day as the butcher shop, they didn't plan it, but it just happened. They opened up like a little niche cafe with like fancy cakes and coffee and stuff. So it's
Fucking hell.
like 2 middle fingers up to like Subway and Costa, and they've seriously suffered in this, which is close to it.
You know what? I bet that Monday came around, and in Connecticut or wherever, Subway's headquarters, they were sat there. We've lost another battle here today, guys. The stronghold of Wooton Bassett has been upheld and taken over by
like
two
Mr.
bloody.
This is a full
Mr. Subway sat in his office, and the guy like bangs through the door, and he's like, "Sir, the Wooten Bastards fallen."
I have Mr. Costa on line one.
You know, the scene from Downfall with Hitler where he's like,
Yeah.
I need to do that. I might make that one day.
Jesus Christ. Is there not enough of them knocking him over? No.
Is there any about Wooton
We
Bassett?
had caution, we had Swindon, but wasn't Bassett? Why did we lose Bassett?
It was a surefire. Sir, the butchers, they've opened a cafe. We cannot compete.
It's fine, as long as they don't start selling cakes and other upmarket pastries.
I have terrible news.
Dandelion opened up a cafe doing exactly that.
999.
Terrible news, sir. Nathan, if you were going to open a cafe, what would your gimmick be? Because you can't have a cafe without a gimmick nowadays, can you?
Yeah, you gotta have a gimmick. But yeah, if I opened a cafe, it would probably be what you'd expect, but I'd probably open it near so when you go mountain biking at trail centres, like they normally have a trailhead with like a shop for bits and then like a cafe where you can get coffee or food or whatever. But like there's not a lot of places that do there's not a lot of cross-country cafes, where you ride for lots of miles rather than just round the circuit. So what I probably do is open up one on a rock somewhere that's well known for cross-country mountain biking and make it really friendly for them and walkers and stuff. So make it kind of an outdoorsy cafe, I think.
Right. You see, if I opened a cafe, because that was a really good, smart, business conscious answer. If I opened a cafe, it'd probably be like a front for a mafia operation, something like that. That's what I'm probably aiming for. Something that's obvious. There's not.
What would your mafia be dealing with?
My, just odds and sods, general,
just a bit of this and that.
Yeah.
So your gimmick would be illegal activity.
Well, it wouldn't. It'd be a secret gimmick, wouldn't it? Because the thing is, whenever you watch these mafia movies, they're always in the back room of this cafe or restaurant that's only ever got 2 people in or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be it. So I'd have to run a seemingly failing cafe that is being sustained by its mafia activities.
Well, when you walk around Wigan and Lee, every single cafe's like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it has 2 people in it. So maybe that's the perfect place for it.
That's
you can't.
They sell weed.
Yeah, it'd be harder.
We had something like that in Bassett, but it was a pet shop.
I think Meg used to butcher around Meg's, and they used to sell really nice cuts of kangaroo meat and stuff like that.
Ooh,
But there was important kangaroo meat because there's no fucking kangaroos over here. But it was important this kangaroo meat and having them full of cocaine. Coming out, taking coke out and selling kangaroo meat still.
Seasoned. Marinated in cocaine.
Very nice. Our guy, you get bird seed at pet shops and stuff. Normally big containers. What he used to do is hide his whatever he was selling right at the bottom of them, and they used to be big, deep things. And then at the end of every night, he'd have some kind of shady deal outside the back car park or whatever, and he'd take whatever stuff out of the bins. But it's weird because we bought 2 rabbits off of him and a couple of gerbils, and gave him some gerbils back when I was bred, and bought food and stuff. And he was a really nice guy. We just didn't know that he was doing some kind of operation.
But the gerbils were fucked, man.
He fled the town pretty quickly once people found out.
Over to the next one. There's a new pet shop opened in my town. Oh yeah, he's dead.
Is the guy dead nice?
Yeah, it's dead nice. Oh, we're getting a couple gerbils from him next week. Yeah. It must be tough to if you were running a seedy operation thing, because in the back of a business. Oh, very funny, very clever. Regardless if it was a cafe or a shop or something, because you couldn't put too much effort into the shop, because if it got too popular, you're running more risk of being found out if you see the operation. So you'd have to maintain a certain level of shittiness that stops the business going under in case the mafia stuff doesn't work out, but it's not that popular that more people come and then cotton onto your mafia activities. It seems like
it's a fine balance.
Yeah, it's a fucking tightrope situation. You need to have a business plan.
What do you mean?
Certainly, certain expensive people, well-off people buy stuff, but for everyday today people can't afford it, so they don't go in as much.
What do you mean if the mafia stuff doesn't work out?
Well, you never know. It could be a slow day for the mafia.
We're just hanging our boots up. This is our last job, lads. It's not working as we planned.
We give it our all, lads. But, I'm afraid we'll have to, hang up the mafia life and put more time into the pet shop's stroke butcher cafe that we've opened.
If you had a pet shop,
I would not open a cafe with it.
You'd have to call it Pet Shop Boys, wouldn't you?
What are you going to say? No, actually, I love that sort of shit. You know, when tiny little like takeaways of business and stuff just like rip off names and that.
Yeah.
Well,
My favourite one that I ever saw is there's a pizza shop in Lee. There's one that called Peter Pan, so like pizza pan, which I always like. But my favourite one
Yeah.
is it's called whatever, but it has like a little sign on it where it's like his little logo, and the logo is the chef guy from Ratatouille, right? And he's like holding his hand out like he would in the film. And in the film, there'd be like a rat in his hand, but they just photoshopped the rat out and put a pizza in it. Because maybe a guy holding a rat isn't the best signal for a takeaway. But it's lovely to know. Maybe it's like a hidden message that there is actually an infestation in that place. That behind the pizza, there's actually a rat.
always check on new pizzas.
Yeah, just in case. A talking rat underneath.
There's
Well,
a place
Randy-
in Newborough that's it's funny. It's I think it's the Fairy Codmothers or something. It's a fish and chip shop.
That's
Oh,
I do like things like that.
I know in Bangor
Some
there's
fish and chip shops that do it.
in Bangor there's all my cod.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
There is a florist called Dark Side of the Bloom.
Yeah, that's up near. I think
That
it's
is amazing.
Yeah, and then there is hairdressers just past Menai Bridge called British Airways,
Oh, I've seen it, yeah, with the sign.
where they've completely ripped off British Airways logo.
They've been
and
like
it-
that since my first year, and I don't know how
Yeah.
they're still going away with it.
I have no idea. It's British Airways logo, but with a H in front of her.
It's just, I'm impressed they managed to get away with it so long.
Very impressive.
When we were in Carnarvon, the only reason we went to the one chip shop we did is because Beth thought it was called Finding Nemo's, but it wasn't. It was just called Nemo's. But it gets that a lot. And like, I'd open it up something like Eating Nemo or something like that. That'd be pretty good.
You wouldn't get a lot of fish for your money, would you?
You won't get a lot of kids in it as well. They'd all be crying.
Or Nemo and Friends.
Nemo and friends, yeah. Oh, actually, get all the kids in. Hey, where's Nemo? He's like, you're eating him, pal. No!
I wondered why I was eating what I thought was just a big bit of batter.
Yeah. It's tiny portions. Loads of chips, though. Loads of chips. But, you know. What's the food like in Greece? In Greece, mate? What you've been
It's
eating?
really nice, actually. So, like, the way it works where I'm staying with the volunteers and stuff is that you pay €25 a week, and then Evelyn, the girl that is doing the job that I did last year, she goes out to like Lidl and a couple of supermarkets and picks up like fruit and veg and sorghum bits and pasta and whatever to make like what you'd normally buy for
Okay,
everybody.
right.
And then every day someone takes a turn to cook on. So like there's a rota with like saying who's doing morning surveys, who's doing like kiosk shifts, who's going to do slideshow presentations, and then obviously cook shifts as well. And that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm actually cooking.
Doing some cooking. Have you not been out? Have you not been out for tea? What have you got? That's what I want to know.
I've been out for. I went out.
How much hummus
I don't think I've been for dinner anyway yet, but like there's places really close by. Like, the place I'm sat in now is like a 5-minute walk from camp, and there's another place that's even closer that I went to regularly to watch the Euros last year, and where I will be going this year to watch the Lions.
Lovely.
How much you drink, sir?
It really depends on where you go. So like the place where we went to last night, I think it was €3 a pint, but
Ooh,
it really
bloody hell.
depends. Like it's weird. I think Crete and Rutheno itself is actually quite expensive in terms of beers, because like when I was on Zante, the local bar we used to go to was like $2.50 a pint, which was decent.
That's pretty expensive. I was expecting to be a hell of a lot cheaper.
It is, yeah. I mean, buying stuff in cans is dirt cheap. Like a 6-pack of Alpha, which is like your bog standard lager, is like for 6 500ml cans, it's about $3.80. Like
Yeah.
euro. So that's not too bad. But like buying it on tap is not too cheap actually.
See,
But
when
it's
went
nice stuff.
when we went to Prague, was drinking pints everywhere, and it's dirt cheap there. It's everywhere's £1 a pint. And we went into one
perfect.
went into one of the supermarkets one day, and the cans of lager there, like I think it was 8 crowns, so about 30p a can.
That's ridiculous.
And their lager's lovely as well. It's worrying.
Is that the sauerkraut then?
It's that sort of stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was in the cans. I'm gonna have a look now, see if we can find it.
That's decent.
How does this
I'm quite
entire...
glad I've got like this touch to talk button right now because there's like a massive light that just went past, so you would not have been able to hear anything if I've
Yeah, you're still going to hear it on your recording.
This is true.
How does this whole podcast keep reverting back to travel tips? That's it.
It is.
The entire thing.
It's actually clouding over right now, and I'm kind of worried because I left, like, the way my tent works is like one side of it is just like a normal zip shut thing to get into the porch, and the other side is like a mesh, so you can just leave it open and it like gets airflow in. And I've left that bit open, so I'm hoping there's enough people on hand to shut down the tents and stuff while I'm gone, if it does rain.
Send them a quick message.
They have no internet.
That's true.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
Here we go. I am now on the Czech Tesco website.
That's classic fucking Brit abroad, that there. Where's nearest Tesco?
You know what? Last time I went to Tesco, you know what the most exciting thing that I did there was?
Was going around seeing what British things you can find.
No, I used a fucking club card in there.
No way.
I'm closing quotes in Prague.
I
I
told
didn't realise they had
everyone when I got
Tesco's
back.
abroad.
Yeah,
I thought it was just Britain.
I'll tell you what, it got to a stage when I come back, I was telling people about using club card. People were saying, like, you've already told me.
You probably already told us because it were a while ago.
Yeah, 100%. Like, here we go. Just the cheap lager, Cosell 11 pale lager, 11 crowns, and it's 33p for a bottle of lager.
Fuck hell.
That's really good.
A bottle of lager, Pilsner Kiel, which is the fancy stuff over there, 18 crowns, so 70 pence maybe.
Decent.
Right.
Ridiculously cheap over there.
Like the only, like the cheapest place I've been obviously was Madagascar, but that was obviously a completely different currency and economy out there, so it was like a large bottle, like a 600ml bottle of beer was something like 12 pence.
Wow.
And like I bought like little bottles of rum and stuff if I didn't fancy drinking beer for whatever reason. And, like I think it was like a 350ml bottle of rum, like from local, was something like £1.10.
How much does how cheap it is to get pissed influence your holiday decisions?
Of course a lot.
How much does how easy is it to get pissed and how cheap it is? How much does that influence your holiday decision?
That's what we base our holiday on pretty much when we book. Like
You've got to find somewhere to sit in a park and drink beer on the cheap if you feel like it.
See, when we went to Brussels, there's the town centre or city centre. They have a big flower garden out, big flower bed. Because we went, it was meant to be coming to winter. They tore it up, but it turns out like hot local students just fucking sat on there and drank beer all night. We went to bars one night, and it's like €6 for a pint. It's quite an expensive country. I think get like bottles of Heineken for €3, something like that.
Right.
But it was everywhere was shut though, like supermarkets. So last day we was there, I think it was Sunday. We was just in the supermarket, thought fuck it, I'll buy a lot of stuff, spent 20 quid on cans and stuff.
Fuck
Just went and sat there all night and just got absolutely trashed.
That sounds perfect, eh?
It was brilliant. Fucking hell. I'm still on this Czech Tesco site. Half a litre of vodka, 99 crowns, so just under £3.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. That stuff's got to be disgusting.
Yeah, it's not going to be brilliant.
It's vodka.
We had some improv shots last night. I think Paul had bought like some dirt cheap vodka from the market, and one of the girls had bought like, you know, grenadine.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like a cherry version of that. So we just like put the grenadine in the shot glasses and filled it up with vodka, and then like twisted it around. It was actually it took the edge off the vodka. It was really nice.
What a fucking world.
Revolutionary.
Ugh.
I think I'm gonna have to call it there, boys, because I'm.
I was gonna say
messages from my fam. I said I'd call them because it's Father's Day and whatnot. So.
Right, 45 minutes, not so bad. Should we do a little wrap up?
Yeah.
Well then, thank you very much for listening. But
Yeah, cheers for tuning in to the second podcast.
yeah, we might do these. Once again, it's like the last
Honestly.
one. Skip to end for some reason.
Yeah, the end bit's the best bit.
I think we'll try and do these fortnightly instead of weekly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Because we
I
don't have a
have
lot
more
to
to
talk
say.
about anyway.
Exactly. So, and we should try and actually do things in our normal lives to talk about. But
Yeah.
so
We'll have to get some games going soon as well.
Yeah. That'd be pretty good. But mind you, we'll probably run out of videos by the time you're home, Nathan. So don't worry about it.
Nice.
You're right. We're done.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Nice. I'm going to stop the recording.
Send it up.